Welcome to Love Lies Chronicles. I remember the exact moment I knew it was over. The sun had just dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of burnt orange and deep purple, the kind of evening that makes you feel like the world is holding its breath. I was standing on our balcony, a glass of whiskey in one hand, my phone in the other, reading the message that would unravel the last 5 years of my life. Hey babe, I've been thinking, I need a little space. Just some time to explore who I am before we settle down. The girls and I are planning a summer trip through Europe. It'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We've already booked everything. Hope you understand. Love you. I read it twice, then again. Then I laughed. A short, humorless chuckle that sounded foreign in my own ears. Hope you understand? She hoped I understood. We were getting married in 3 months. 3 months. For 5 years, I had given this woman everything. My time, my loyalty, my unwavering support through every job she quit, every dream she wanted to chase. I had been patient when she switched careers for the 3rd time, had reassured her when she said she felt lost, had built a life around her when she had no direction of her own. And now, with our wedding around the corner, she wanted to explore who she was. I didn't text back. I didn't call. Instead, I sat down, finished my drink, and let the silence settle in my bones. By morning, my rage had cooled into something sharper, something precise. I wasn't going to fight for her. I wasn't going to beg or demand answers or try to make her see reason. No, I was going to let her go, and I was going to make damn sure she regretted it. The first thing I did was call the venue. Ah, Mr. Carter. Good morning. How can we assist you today? Yeah, about that. I need to cancel the wedding. A pause. Then the voice on the other end softened. Oh, I see. Would you like to reschedule? We can work on a refund policy. No need. Keep the deposit. Maybe use it to throw a party for couples who actually want to be together. The next call was to the caterer. Then the band. Then the photographer. One by one, I unraveled the wedding she had so meticulously planned. And then I did something even better. I called the travel agency. Because here's the thing. While my fiancée had been busy exploring herself, I had been handling every major detail of our wedding, including the honeymoon. A luxury 2-week getaway to a 5-star resort in the Maldives. Paid in full. Non-refundable. It had been a surprise. A gift. But now it was mine. I called my best man, Greg. Dude, why are you calling me at 7 a.m.? This better be. Pack your bags. We leave for the Maldives in 2 weeks. A pause. Then, wait. What? Megan decided she needs to find herself in Europe. So I canceled the wedding. But the honeymoon? That's still on. You in? There was a beat of silence. Then a low whistle. Bro, you are cold. Just getting started. Over the next few weeks, the fallout was delicious. Megan had expected me to fight for her, to be heartbroken, to wait for her while she gallivanted across Europe, posting selfies from the Amalfi Coast and partying in Ibiza. Instead, she came home to find her key didn't work. She came home to find her boxes neatly stacked outside my apartment, along with every single thing she had ever left behind. She came home to find an eviction notice, not from me, but from my landlord. Because, funny thing, the lease had always been in my name. She called. I ignored it. She texted. I deleted it. And then she showed up. I opened the door just enough to see her standing there, sun-kissed and wide-eyed, like she hadn't just disappeared for 3 months. Ethan, what the hell is going on? My stuff. Asterisk. Not your stuff anymore, I said coolly. She blinked, as if trying to process the words. Then she laughed, a small, incredulous sound. Okay, very funny. Can we just talk? I know this trip was sudden, but I needed time. I needed to figure out. You needed a break, right? Well, congratulations. You got one. Her brows furrowed. Ethan, stop. We're engaged. We love each other. I just needed a little freedom before we settled down. I smiled. Well, now you have all the freedom in the world. Enjoy it. And then I closed the door in her face. The Maldives was even better than I had imagined. Greg and I lounged in private cabanas, drank top-shelf whiskey, and laughed about how close I had come to making the worst mistake of my life. I sent a postcard from the resort. No words, just a single, sun-soaked photo of me, sipping a cocktail, living my best life. I never heard from her again. The Maldives was everything I needed. Pristine white sand, crystal clear water, and an endless supply of top-shelf liquor. The resort was paradise. A paradise that should have been my honeymoon. But instead, it had turned into the best breakup celebration of my life. Greg and I made a pact the moment we arrived. No talking about Megan. No regrets. No what-ifs. And for 2 weeks we lived like kings. Every morning, I woke up to the sound of waves instead of notifications from a woman who thought she could put me on pause. We dined at over-the-water bungalows, drank expensive whiskey that tasted like revenge, and spent our days deep-sea diving, jet skiing, and lounging under the sun. At night, we hit the resort's exclusive bars, where Greg insisted on making me rebound ready. I wasn't looking for anything serious. Not yet. But that didn't mean I wasn't open to a little fun. And as fate would have it, fun found me. Her name was Ava. Tall, blonde, effortlessly confident. She wasn't just beautiful. She radiated a kind of energy that made you want to lean in, listen closer, and get lost in whatever world she was living in. We met at the rooftop bar on our third night, where she was laughing over a cocktail with her friend. The moment our eyes met, I knew this wasn't going to be some forgettable vacation flirtation. She studied me, her lips curling into a knowing smile before she even spoke. "Let me guess," she said, tilting her head. "You're either here celebrating something, or getting over something." Greg nearly choked on his drink, laughing. "More like someone," he corrected. "His fiancée ran off to Europe, so he canceled the wedding and took me on the honeymoon instead." Ava raised an eyebrow, impressed. "Damn," she mused. "That's either the most badass thing I've ever heard, or the most tragic." I smirked. "Why not both?" That made her laugh. A real, genuine laugh that made her eyes sparkle. We clicked instantly. By the end of the night, she had ditched her friend, and we were lost in conversation, our drinks forgotten. Turns out she was a travel journalist, taking a short break between assignments. She had seen the world, lived in Paris for a year, backpacked through South America, even wrote a best-selling book about her solo adventures. She was fearless, spontaneous, everything Megan wasn't, and I was hooked. The next few days passed in a blur of salt water and stolen glances. Ava and I explored hidden coves, swam in the moonlight, and shared stories over candlelit dinners. She was the kind of woman who didn't need a man to complete her, but she made it impossible not to want to chase her. And for the first time in months I felt free. One night, as we walked barefoot along the shore, she stopped suddenly, turning to me with a sly grin. "So, tell me," she teased, "what happens when this trip ends? Do you go back to real life and forget all about me?" I met her gaze, my chest tightening. "I don't think I could forget you if I tried." Her smile faltered, just for a second. Then she sighed, looking out at the ocean. "Good," she murmured, "because I hate being forgotten." She never said it, but I knew there was something she wasn't telling me. Past. A hurt she had learned to carry well. But I didn't push. Not yet. Because right now we were just two people on borrowed time, wrapped in the magic of a place that made reality feel distant. I didn't check my phone once while we were there. Not for messages. Not for updates. But the moment we landed back home, I knew my silence had driven Megan crazy. She had left voicemails. Dozens of them. At first, they were casual. "Hey, just checking in. I know things got weird. Let's talk." Then they got needy. "Ethan, seriously. Why are you ignoring me? We've been together for years. Just pick up the damn phone." Then the desperation set in. "I made a mistake. Okay?" I freaked out. "But I love you. I want us to fix this. Please, just call me." I listened to all of them, one by one, letting her words sink in. She had expected me to wait, to pine, to be sitting in that apartment like a wounded animal, ready to take her back the moment she snapped her fingers. But instead, I was done. And when I finally responded, I kept it simple. A single photo. A picture of me and Ava, lounging on a yacht in the Maldives, sunglasses on, cocktails in hand, looking like we owned the world. No words, just the image. And then I blocked her. Permanently. Megan had gone looking for herself. And in the process, she lost me. Forever. 2 months had passed since I returned from the Maldives. 2 months of rediscovering what life felt like without the weight of Megan's expectations. Without the slow suffocation of a relationship I hadn't even realized was strangling me. And 2 months of Ava. She wasn't just a vacation fling. She had stayed. Not in some desperate, clinging way, but in a way that made it clear she chose to be here, to be with me in whatever form that took. We didn't put labels on it, didn't rush to define it. And yet, she was the first thing I thought of in the morning, the last person I talked to at night. And for the first time in years, I felt like I was with someone who saw me. Not as a safety net, not as an accessory to her future, but as a man worth knowing. But, of course, life has a way of circling back when you least expect it. I should have known Megan wasn't done with me. It happened on a Friday night. Ava and I had just finished dinner at a rooftop bar downtown. The air was crisp, the city alive with the hum of weekend energy. We were standing by the railing, her hand resting on my arm, her laughter low and warm in my ear. Then I heard it. "Ethan." I turned, and there she was, Megan. Her hair was different, shorter, sharper. Her outfit, a deliberate choice. Tight, elegant, a reminder of the woman she wanted me to remember. But I didn't see her. All I saw was a stranger who had once held my heart and thrown it away for a European adventure. Ava followed my gaze, her grip on my arm tightening slightly. I could feel her assessing Megan in a single glance, taking in the wide eyes, the forced smile, the desperate undercurrent hidden beneath the surface. "Wow," Megan breathed. "You look different." I smirked. "Yeah, life does that." She nodded, biting her lip, then let her gaze flicker to Ava. "And you must be?" Ava didn't miss a beat. "The upgrade." Megan's lips parted slightly, but she covered it with a practiced smile. "Cute." I could already see it happening, the calculations in her mind, the subtle shift in posture. Megan was working me. She had always been good at that. "Ethan, can we talk? Just for a minute." Her voice was soft, almost hesitant. "Alone." I felt Ava shift beside me, ready to step away, but I placed a hand on the small of her back, keeping her close. "Anything you have to say, you can say right here." Megan's smile faltered. I don't want to make a scene." "Then don't," I said smoothly. A beat of silence. Then she sighed. "Look, I know I hurt you, and I don't expect you to forgive me overnight, but I needed time, Ethan. I wasn't ready to settle down, and I freaked out. But I see now that I lost something good. No, someone good." She reached for my hand. I didn't move. "We had something real. Something worth fighting for," she continued, voice growing more desperate. "I thought you'd still be there when I got back. I thought." She trailed off, eyes flickering toward Ava. And that's when I saw it. The realization that she had lost. She had expected me to wait, to mourn, to let her absence carve a void so deep I'd be grateful when she returned. Instead, I had moved on. And not just moved on. I had upgraded. "I don't know what you want me to say, Megan," I said evenly. "You made your choice. I made mine. And I don't regret it." Her eyes glistened slightly. "Ethan, please. I love you." Ava let out a soft, amused breath. "Babe?" she murmured, her voice laced with casual amusement. "Is this the part where I step aside so you two can have a dramatic reconciliation? Because honestly, it's kind of cliché." I grinned. "Not happening." Megan's face twisted. The last trace of her mask cracked, revealing the frustration beneath. "So that's it? 5 years, and you just replace me?" "You replaced yourself the moment you put our relationship on hold for a European vacation," I countered. "I just adjusted accordingly." She stared at me, breathing hard, hands clenched at her sides. And then, with a stiff nod, she turned on her heel and disappeared into the crowd. I felt Ava watching me, waiting. "You okay?" she asked after a moment. I exhaled slowly. Then I turned to face her fully, sliding an arm around her waist. Never better. And for the first time in my life, I truly meant it. I thought that was the end of it. After our little encounter at the rooftop bar, I expected Megan to disappear, to lick her wounds in private, maybe drown her regret in overpriced wine and half-hearted dates with men who didn't know any better. I had moved on. She should have too. But Megan was never one to accept losing. Started small. A missed call here, a text there. "Ethan, I just need to talk. Please, just one conversation. I still have some of your things. Let's meet up." I ignored them all. Then the messages turned bitter. "You really think you're so much better than me? Enjoy your little rebound. She won't last. I hope you realize what you threw away, because I swear to God, you'll regret it." Classic Megan. Swinging between desperation and venom like a pendulum with a broken chain. I blocked her number. Then she found another way. I was at work when Greg sent me a screenshot. A post from Megan's social media. A picture of us, one from years ago, back when things were good. The caption? "Some people give up too easily on love. But real love? Real love is worth fighting for. Maybe one day he'll remember that." The comments were insufferable. "You two were perfect together. What happened? If he doesn't see what he lost, he's an idiot. Don't give up, girl. If it's meant to be, he'll come back." She was playing the victim, rewriting history, making it seem like I had walked away when she was the one who had abandoned us. I clenched my jaw and locked my phone. Let her post whatever she wanted. It didn't change reality. But Megan wasn't done. A week later, I came home late to find Ava waiting on my couch, her arms crossed, her expression unreadable. "Hey!" I greeted, dropping my keys. "Everything okay?" She tapped her phone. "Funny thing happened today." I frowned. "What?" She turned the screen toward me. An email. From a blocked sender. Subject: a friendly warning. I skimmed the message, my blood going cold. "Hey Ava. Just thought you should know the truth about Ethan before you get too invested. He's great at pretending to be over me, but trust me, he's not. We were engaged. 5 years together. That doesn't just disappear. He still thinks about me. Still wants me. He's using you to fill the void. But one day, he'll realize you're just a distraction. You deserve better. Be careful. A friend." I exhaled sharply. Jesus Christ. Ava watched me carefully. "This isn't just some ex-girlfriend drama, Ethan. This is unhinged." "Yeah," I muttered, rubbing my temples. I thought she'd take the hint, but I underestimated her ability to self-destruct. Ava smirked slightly. "That sounds like her problem." "Yeah, until she makes it ours." Ava was unfazed, but I could tell she wasn't going to let this slide. She didn't do passive. "So," she mused, "what's the plan?" I took her phone, opened the email and hit reply. "Hey Megan, next time you want to play games, have the guts to sign your name. Blocked and reported. Go find another hobby." I hit send and deleted the thread. Ava raised an eyebrow. "Think that'll stop her?" "Nope," I admitted. "But I'm done playing nice." I underestimated just how deep Megan's spiral would go. The next morning, my boss called me into his office. "Ethan, we need to talk." I had worked my ass off for this company. Always on time. Always delivering. I wasn't worried, but I wasn't expecting what came next. He turned his computer monitor toward me. A Google review. A scathing personal attack. Unprofessional and emotionally unstable. Would not trust him with a project. He has a history of mistreating people and lacks the integrity needed for serious business. Proceed with caution. A 1-star rating. I clenched my jaw. "Ethan, do you have any idea who wrote this?" my boss asked. I knew who wrote it. Megan. It was so her. Calculated, cutting, just anonymous enough to be deniable. "It's a personal vendetta," I said flatly. An ex who doesn't know how to let go. My boss sighed. I figured, just keep your personal life out of the office. Okay? I nodded, biting back my anger. This wasn't about the review. My boss knew my work. But this was war. I spent the next few days tightening every loose end. Blocked Megan from every platform. Warned my HR department about potential false complaints. Alerted my bank to watch for any suspicious activity. And Ava took matters into her own hands. 2 days later, I got a text from her. A link. I clicked it. It was Megan's newest social media post. A picture of a shattered wine glass. The caption, "Sometimes, things break beyond repair. I guess we all have to learn that the hard way." The comments were predictable. "Who hurt you, babe? You deserve better. Tell us who did this so we can drag them." But there, right in the middle of the chaos, was a single reply. From Ava. "Or maybe some people should learn to let go before they embarrass themselves further." Kiss mark. I barked out a laugh. Megan didn't reply. She never replied. And after that, she vanished. No more messages. No more cryptic posts. No more one-star sabotage. It was over. Because Megan finally realized the truth. She hadn't just lost me. She had lost everything. And I had never felt lighter. Dear listeners, please share your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.